guys, I'm Lauren and this is my O2L experience video. So first I got there and I was in line, I was talking to the girls in front of me. Girls behind us came and they were like, Kian and Ricky are like by the tour bus right now. So I ran back there and I started talking to Kian. I was like, how are you? How was your flight? Like, I was like doing small talk and I was talking to him for like 5 minutes about like basically nothing. And I didn't get a picture because he had to go when I was about to ask him, and I was like really nervous, so I couldn't get one. And then Ricky left too, and then he came around he was going. But then after Ricky left, the girls that I was in line with, they like were all around the sign. They're like, Ricky, we met you last night. Like, come over here so we could like talk to you. And he came over there, and then when I was walking back to the line, I saw and I like went over there and I was like, hey Ricky, can I get a picture? So then I got this picture. I went back in line, but then like 5 minutes later, I went back and like Sam, Kian, and Ricky were there, so I got this picture with Sam. And then they had to go, like they went back inside. So I went back in line. We waited like another 4 hours, and then they lined up VIP again, which went around the whole entire building, and then we waited for another hour. And then we got in. They scanned our ticket, and we got to get a lanyard, a poster, and our ticket for the venue. And I went up to the boys by myself because I didn't want to go with the people behind me because they wanted like a group picture. So yeah, I went by myself. So I saw the girl in front of me and they were like taking full body pictures, but they didn't get any selfies. But I'm like, can I get like a full body one? And the lady's like, yeah, sure. But while they were still getting like their stuff autographed, I started doing like going down the line and I was like, Trevor, and I was like, hey, I love you so much. And he's like, oh, I love you too. And I'm like, I love your music. And he's like, oh, thank you. So and then I went, there was a table, so I went around the table and hugged him because I was like, he's on the end, so whatever, I'm just gonna do it. So I went around the table, hugged him, and then I kind of stood on the side of the table to take my picture, which is right here. Then after that, I moved on to Sam, and I was like, Sam, I love you so much, like your videos warm my heart. And you always call us beautiful, but I think you're beautiful. And he's like, oh, but you're really the beautiful ones. And then and then I was like, can I have a hug? And he was like, yeah, sure. So I had to hug him across the table because I couldn't go all the way around. And I was like, but whatever. I still got to hug him. And then I was like, can we get a picture really quick? And then he's like, yeah, sure. So I took the picture, and here it is. And then after that was JC, and I was like, JC, and he's like, hi, and I'm like, I love you a lot, and he's like, wow, I love you too. And I was like, can we take a picture really quick? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then we took one, and it was right here. And then after the picture, I was like, can I have a hug? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I hugged JC. And then I moved on to Connor. And obviously, by my fan name, you can tell I like Connor. And I don't know if I mentioned early that my fan account name was Confi, but I changed it to Twisted Franta because like a bunch of people from my school found it, so I changed it and I blocked all of them. So now it's Twisted Franta. And yeah, so I was so obviously by my username, you know, on Instagram that Connor's my favorite. If I had to pick a favorite, he'd be my favorite. So I was like, Connor, and I was like, I love you a lot. And then I was like, I have this for you. And I gave him a $10 Starbucks gift card. And he's like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. And I was like, he like couldn't get over the fact that I just gave him a gift card. He was like, that's so nice. I can't believe you just did that. And I'm like, it's literally no problem. Like, I love you so much. Like, you mean the whole entire world to me. And he's like, you mean the whole world to me. I love you too. And then I died inside. I literally died inside. You don't understand. And then I went and gave it to him, and then he like put it down for a second because he was like, I don't know, he put it down for like 2 seconds, and then Kean like he picked it back up, and then Kean grabbed it out of his hands and he changed the 1 to a 5. He's like, now it's $50. You're welcome, Connor. And then Connor laughed, and like I laughed, and then Kean laughed, and then all of the guys when I gave it to him, they're like, lucky, and I was like, I felt bad because I only got it for Connor because I couldn't like get him all gift cards because it's like $60 and I ain't got that type of money. So I gave it to him and I kind of felt bad, but then I was like, "Can I get a picture?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, sure, of course." And I was like, "So here's a picture." And then I went up to Kian and I'm like, I should be an Andrew so hard. Like, you don't understand because they're like two of my favorite YouTubers together and like they're my OTP. And I was like, and then he's like, thank you. That like means a lot. Like, you don't understand. Like, some people don't like respect it. And I'm like, I don't just respect it. Like, I'm in love with it. And he's like, that's so cute. Like, I love you. And I'm like, I love you. And then he's like, and then I'm like, can I get a hug really quick? So I hugged him across the table, and then the lady was like, hey, if you want your like big picture, you need to go take it now. So I handed her my phone, and then I walked behind the table, and they like let in the next group, so I kind of was just awkwardly standing behind Kian and Ricky and Connor. And then Kian's like, "Hey, this girl's waiting," and then he's like, "This is so unorganized," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do anything," and he's like, "No, no, no, you didn't do anything," and then he's like, "It's fine, it's fine," he's like, because they were like after that they were like either they need to take pictures or they need a group picture or they take selfies, not both, because I was like the first one who did that, and then he's like, so I stood in between Kian and Connor, and I was like, they had their arms around me, and I had my arms around them. We took the picture, and then I was like, Connor, can I get like a hug? Because I wanted like a full body hug, not just across the table. And he's like, yeah, 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 sure. I keep saying yeah, yeah, sure. I'm sorry, but he's like, yeah, sure, and I'm like, okay. So I hugged him, and I was like, I love you. Thank you for everything. And he's like, I love you too, and thank you for everything. And I'm like, and then I went to Key and I'm like, can I have a hug too? Like another one. He's like, yeah, of course. And I like hugged him and then he's like, thank you for coming to the show. Like your support means so much to us. And I'm like, it's my pleasure. It honestly is. Then the lady was like, you need to leave because you've been here for like 10 minutes. And I was like, all right. So I quickly gave Ricky all of your guys' usernames and the note I wrote them. And then I was like, can I get a hug? And he's like, yeah, of course. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I hugged Ricky when I met him before too. But I asked for a hug and he's like, yeah. So I hugged him and then I had to go and I waited for like another hour to get inside the venue. And then I was front center row. This is kind of where things got interesting. Well, first let me give you a picture of like where I was, like front. Like I'll show you. So I was like literally front row and then I put my phone in airplane mode because I didn't want it to die, even though it ended up dying because I went on it after I found out some interesting, really important news. So I was just sitting there, like, waiting for the guys to come on stage, and the girl next to me that I've been, like, hanging out with the whole entire time is like, Lauren, have you been on Instagram? And I'm like, no, like, my phone's on airplane mode. And she's like, I think Ricky just posted a picture with you, and I'm like, what? And I was like, this girl's literally crazy. Like, why did I make friends with her at first? And then, like, she showed me the picture, and it was, like, me. And it was me on Ricky's Instagram, and it was our meet and greet picture. And at that moment, I was so overwhelmed with feelings. I screamed. I kind of couldn't breathe. I started crying. I was horrible. I was having a panic attack. I was having a full out panic attack. I didn't know what to do. Everyone was looking at me. It was like, is that the girl Ricky just posted the picture with? And I was like, it is. It was so, it was so good. I'll enter pictures of the screenshot from Instagram and Twitter right here. Also, like, after that, everyone was like tagging me in it, like all of my friends, and I was like commenting on it. I was like, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me. And then like I gained over a little over 100 followers on Instagram, and I gained like 20 on Twitter because it's like harder to see everyone who adds it. I gained over 100 on Instagram. I got on my personal, and I got 394 likes on the picture. And I was gaining friends that I didn't even know were my friends, and I was kind of very confused. And everyone was like, "You're famous now," and I'm like, "I'm not at all, but okay." And it was an emotional time for me, and I am forever blessed and thankful that Ricky Dillon did that. And that, yeah. And if you guys could, like, at Ricky and tweet Ricky follow Lauren and tag at Lauren Gio underscore. No, it's just at Lauren Gio. At Lauren, LAUREN GUILLOT. And at Ricky with it, with the tag Ricky follow Lauren. I would love you forever and ever. Yeah. And then basically after that, the show started, and I went home because I had like 4 hours to drive. Yeah. Oh, and here's my full meet and greet picture without like the little like Ricky stuff on it, even though it's basically the same thing. But I don't know. Here's my full meet and greet picture, and then here's a picture I cropped me and Keen out, so I had a picture of just us. So here that is. All right, now I'm gonna do the Q&A, and these are questions that you guys commented on my Instagram on one of the pictures I posted of me and Sam on Twisted Franta. And yeah, there is a good amount of questions. There's like 20-ish. All right, so the first question is, what was Trevor really like, and is Connor's hair as perfect as it is in on camera? Trevor is honestly so sweet. Like, he's adorable. Like, I love him. He was so nice to me, and all of them were so nice. They're exactly like they were in her videos. And like, he slays. He doesn't just slay in videos, he slays in real life. I'm gonna be honest. And Connor's hair is as perfect as it is on camera, but he is very insecure about his hair in real life, or at least in Florida, because he was like, "Oh, it looks so bad," and I was like, "It literally looks flawless, but okay." It looks so good, and yeah. And then another person asked, "Was your heart pounding the whole entire time?" Yes. There was not a moment my heart was not pounding, except for maybe the 2 hours or 4 hours I had a break and I had to wait for a long time. But yeah. And then the next one is, Sam really that fabulous? Yeah. He's more fabulous than you probably think. I'm gonna be honest. And then another one's, okay, so I'm going tomorrow and I want to know how early did I get there and how long did it last? I got there at 12, and I would recommend getting there at 12, even if you have VIP, especially if you don't have VIP. Getting there at 12 or before if you want a chance to meet any of the guys, because they just roam around 'cause there's not as many people. And yup. And how long did it last? Ours ended at like 9:15, 9:30, so like 2 hours, an hour and a half. But yeah, just wear whatever makes you comfortable. But I just like, if you wear long sleeves and pants, especially if you're on the floor in general admission, I wouldn't. Like, you'll pass out. There's like no doubt in my mind you'll pass out. And then, do you have. Oh, and also for what you should bring a portable charger, because my phone died. Just bring a portable charger and bring a regular charger in case there's outlets. And then do you have to take selfies over the table, or can you go around and get like a group pic? I got to do both, but only because I was one of the first few, and this is the first stop, so they still were like figuring things out. And but I think after I went, they only allowed selfies, and maybe yeah, I don't think there was group after I went, so I don't think you're allowed around the table. But I don't know, it could be different. You should ask someone further back than me, but I don't know. Maybe. I know you only get one or the other boat though, so at least. And then could you take a picture with Sam, like a pose on like on his back? I don't know because I didn't ask about it and like no one around me asked. So maybe, I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask him even if like you're not sure what he'll say. So just ask and go for it because they're really nice. Like even if you get like they tell you no, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm really sorry. Like I wish I could, but like I can't. I'm not allowed to." And I work out a lot. Sorry. All right, and then when you go, can you give them drawings or something like that? Yeah, you can give them whatever you want. These girls that I were with gave him a mug, gave Connor Frantell a mug, and yeah, they don't limit on what you can give them. Like you can give them whatever you want. They're thankful for everything. Like no matter what you do, just like go wild, go crazy. For VIP, all you need is that paper you printed out, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's just you bring your ticket. And then I brought my confirmation email just in case, so I would do that too, even though I didn't need it, but like just for safety, I'd bring your confirmation email, like where it says thanks for buying this, and it's like the price was $83, and then like your code, like your confirmation code or whatever. And then the next ones, are you allowed to bring like a purse to put all their gifts in and all your stuff that you need is there? And did you bring a purse? Yeah, you are. Like you can literally bring whatever they want. They don't even check your bag. Like you bring whatever, like honestly it doesn't matter. And yeah, I did bring one because I had to hold my charger, my wallet, and like a bunch of stuff. Did you like all the pushing girls? No, I did not. I was front row, so all of the girls were pushing up against me and they were like swaying, and my stomach was against the bars, and I literally have like 4 bruises on my stomach and I have cuts. So I do not like the pushing girls, actually. And then that's the next question. Was there a lot of pushing? Yes, a lot. A lot. They almost closed down our show because there was so much pushing. Like, prepare yourself because it's horrible. And it's almost unbearable. Like, it is horrible. Like, people started passing out. People were, like, crying because they were, like, getting, like, trampled. It was bad. Like, the security guards had to lift them out and they had to leave or, like, stand, like, lose their spot and stand somewhere else. Like, it was really bad. How early did you go and were there a lot of people in front of you when you got there? I was I went at 12 and I would recommend going at 12 or earlier if you want to have a chance to meet them, and there was like 50, 75 people in front of me. I don't know, I'm not good with people. There could have been less. It could have been 40 to 50, I don't know. Like I said, the next question is what do you recommend wearing? I recommend something like not like heavy, like light clothing and stuff like that. And wear deodorant. If you don't wear deodorant, you are literally screwed and you're disgusting. No offense. What other YouTubers were there? There was like no other YouTubers there. Not like no other. There was no other YouTubers there. It was just them. And then there was this guy who sung, and I don't even know his name, but he touched my hand, so I don't know. What did the boys do besides singing? They did like a lot of like comedy stuff. Like I don't like they brought people on stage and it was really funny and yeah. Also at the end they do this really cool like dance sequence to like the O2L song and it's so good. And yeah, that's all of the questions I have. And like, comment, subscribe because I'm gonna start actually posting videos once I get my camera, which will be like today or tomorrow. So once I get my camera, I'm going to start posting videos and it'll be better quality. And I'm going to use a different editing app so it'll look like presentable. And yeah. So to get from this video, when you go to the O2L tour, get there as early as possible. I recommend before 12 or at 12 if you want a chance to meet the guys, especially if you're general admission. Bring water and food. Bring so much water and food. Bring as much water and food as you can. Portable chargers, extra cameras, extra batteries, anything. And don't wear clothes that you'll like die in because you will die. I promise you. Like it's horrible. And be prepared for pushing because no matter what you do or what you say, there will be pushing. They will not stop. And yeah. So like, comment, subscribe, and comment your opinions or any other questions you have. And yeah, and tell me about your experience once you go. And follow me on Twitter at Lauren Gio. I'll put it in the description, and Instagram, Twisted Franta. Okay, love you guys. Bye.